You know, I don't really do anything with flip clocks. I just never find them, and I never see ones that I actually like. Not to say I really see any at all. They do come up occasionally in the clock radio variant, but I don't know. None of them have just. There's just been nothing that makes me go, wow. You know, I'd really like to give that a try, give that a service. You know, until there's something like this. This is cool. And for some reason, no one was really interested in this one at the auction. So, who swooped in? We did. Absolutely no hesitation. This is old, for once. These are not... Usually these things are from the 1970s. But not this one. Not this guy. Let's see if we're dead in the water here. Let's see what we can come up with as far as continuity goes. Let's see here. I'm not plugging this in before I test this. Let's see here. Let's see how many ohms we can get a hold of. Well, we have, let's see here, 0.649 kilo ohms. And if I actually go lower, oh, it doesn't. Okay, I'm not getting anything if I go lower. But if I step it up, nice. Okay, so it looks like there's actually a coil in here that isn't completely fried. Worst case scenario, you rewind it. I'm not at that point yet. I don't know how to do things like that at the moment. I'm just looking into it now, and I've only seen a few of these that even have fried coils. Actually, yeah, no, this should be fine. That should be enough resistance, I believe. I'm not sure. There's not a specific amount. Okay, this is coming from someone who doesn't know too much about electricity in general. I know bits and pieces, but I am by no means a licensed electrician here. In the case of ohms, you want, with these clocks, you want resistance, because if there's no resistance, that means the circuit isn't even complete. And if the circuit's not complete, then there's a problem. So yeah, that would have gone straight to the coil, and that would have gone through and back out the other terminal, you know, running through the whole circuit. So, yeah, we'll see what this does. This is not an alarm clock, by the way. This just has a light on it, actually. That's all this is. It's just a flip clock with a light. I wonder if this is supposed to be like a Actually, you know what? I've just realized this is supposed to be a TV lamp clock. It's literally in the shape of a television. Boy, that was bright, huh? Oh, you've also got this where you got this dust collection area where you can let all the dust in. Oh, there's dots on the. Interesting. I don't know how much these types of clocks come apart. It's not rocket science, but yeah, these I do not usually. Well, these I never see, so I never get the chance to work on them. Oh, here we go. Hey. Oh, okay. Oh, there's C7s in here. Nice. What is this? Made in USA. What the heck does that say? Is that inverted? It is. What? Oh, it's Oh, it actually says on this side, television. Made in USA. Import. Thank goodness whoever was in here last glued it or whatever the heck happened there. Goodness sake. I'd rather have that cracked than not there at all. Oh boy, and we got a Synchron gearbox in here. Does this pull out? How does this... How do we get the ball rolling here? Whoa! Oh, is that a sheet of asbestos? Oh, for... Okay, I've just taken the case outside and torn the asbestos out, and I was wearing a respirator while doing that. I've just realized that this movement well, there's dust all over it, so chances are that's asbestos mixed in with actual dust. Terrific. I'm going to take that motor off And then we'll see kind of what happens here next. I might have to blow this whole thing out. Actually, would it make any difference if I even... I might just have to, like, take a rag and just wipe this whole thing down outside, like a damp rag. I think that might be the only real option here at this point. Okay, so after doing that, we've got our motor out of the case, and there's really not much to be done with this because there simply isn't really room to do anything with this. After taking the little seconds wheel off, you can see, I mean, this is what we're faced with here. There is basically an epoxy line running around the duration of the gearbox on this. That's how these are assembled. If you've seen previous advertising clock video series of mine, you'll know that, yeah, this is kind of this era of horology. It's this era of electric horology. It's definitely, I don't know if the word is cheaper. I don't know if that's the right word to use here. These were definitely built to a price. There's really nothing to, I mean, there's one pivot there. If I get up nice and close, you can actually see it. There's that there, and I'm not sure if that's an oil sink or what the heck is going on in there. That might be something you oil. And as for that, I'm not really sure what is going on here. There's also that date there, September 21st, 1950, and then it's cut off. It almost looks like 1940, but there's no way that's a 4. And, yeah, I mean, the top cover comes off of this. And that's about it. I mean, I was able to get my oiler down kind of in the wheel hub, just behind it, and I dabbed a little bit of oil in this, and then it just, the motor is running completely silent now. So I'm not going to disassemble this any further. If I had to do that, I would attack that epoxy on that gearbox, because that's going to be where any issues are going to develop. So whatever oil is in here or whatever grease is in here is still clearly good enough to be used. And there's other videos on YouTube of guys actually doing stuff like that with these types of gearboxes. This isn't a Synchron like I thought it was. Oh, and there's also this, there's like a, I don't know what you'd even call that. There's like a bushing, like at the very end of the, I don't even know if that's the right word for that. I don't know what that is, honestly. I really don't. It reminds me of a bushing though, but it's not. This is what we're faced with. Let's see, 4.5 watts. That's about the same wattage as a modern LED bulb. Pennwood NUMECHRON, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh 8 PA, made in USA, CSA approved. 1167, 120 volts, 60 cycles. WB4 or WB-2610-11-L. Pennwood NUMECHRON. I wonder if that... I've said it on some previous video, but or something, or at least I think I have. Maybe I didn't release whatever episode of the show that was, but going on eBay, you will find like piles of these motors. Not necessarily this exact model, but ones that look very, very similar to this. Pennwood, Synchron, Sessions, Westclock. Just piles of these motors, and it's just, I'm thinking, where in the heck did these all come from? You know, there's just piles of them on eBay. I kid you not. It's the most sad experience in the world going on there and trying to find the motor, you know, let's hypothetically say the motor you have for whatever clock. I mean, okay, another thing I will say is people replace motors on these things way too soon. They don't try and oil them or anything, but hypothetically, let's say your motor is open circuit and you don't want to rewind the coil or anything. If you go on eBay and try and hunt that down, you will spend the rest of your life looking at just piles of just discarded electric synchronous motors. It's a death zone. It really, really is. But yeah, I think a lot of people... I mean, granted, I've only worked on the Westclock ones, really. and Telecron, which you do find a lot of those as well. But yeah, no, you can usually service those, or even if you have to rewind the coil, you know, whatever. Again, something we're looking into, but it's not something I know how to do yet. But yeah, finding electric motors on eBay, holy smokes. Okay, as for the grand asbestos conclusion here, we took a clear coat and we just blasted the heck out of what's left on there. And I've been picking at that and it's just not coming off. That's really good Rust-Oleum paint right there on that. So whatever's left of the asbestos on there, because you can see there's still some there, that is not coming off. So great, excellent. And you know, we just did, we converted this to LED. Those GE appliance bulbs, those are really cool. I'll be saving those for some other project. One of them's burnt out. And let's see what we got here. These are called Pennwood NUMECHRONs. You can hardly see that, but it's made by, yeah, Pennwood NUMECHRON. That's the first I've heard of these. There we go, you can actually see it now. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Again, I thought that was the motor that just said that on there, but no, apparently this whole clock is called a Pennwood NUMECHRON. And I did glance on eBay and see that there are other case styles, and the more I was looking, the more I was going, oh yeah, I recognize that one, and that one. This specific clock, there was one listing around $100 on there. I don't know if I'm going to sell this or not. I think this is too unique. We shall see, though. Now, of course, phone cameras don't quite do this justice, but with all the lights turned off, this thing looks really nice. Yes, sir. We did have an issue putting this screw back in, and whoever was doing this thing before me had an issue as well. I mean, you can see how cracked up that all is there. I don't want to push my luck with that. If I have to take this screw out and just hide it in the case, then so be it. I mean, I don't know what really to... There we go. I don't really know what to do with that if it's not going to go in, and I'm not going to force this because I'm just going to shatter that whole crystal. So, yeah, that screw can just live in there for now. But otherwise, I mean, this has come out really, really well, and I'm happy with the whole asbestos removal tactic of just clear coating over the residue, over where it was. The case sure smells like paint, but I mean, once that smell goes away, this will be great. And it runs, as you can see. So yeah, if there was more serious work that needed to happen here, we would go and do that. But for one like this that is working as is and not making a ton of noise, you know, this is good enough. I don't know if Pennwood was one of the first guys in the flip clock game. They definitely were one of the first really, really popular guys. I don't even think Telecron messed with this to the scale that Pennwood did. Did these just not appeal to people for the longest of times? Why did it take flip clocks so long to gain popularity? I mean, I guess this was still the age of just, you know, people were only just getting used to the electric clock. Most people didn't buy them until the 50s, basically. Any electric clock made before the 50s, I deem as kind of harder to find on a residential landscape. I mean, of course, you had Standard Time doing all their commercial business clocks and all that awesome stuff there, but on a, you know, Joe Public wasn't buying stuff like this until, well, until the 50s, basically. They were also really stupid expensive to start off with, and the Depression hit almost immediately after electric clocks were popularized in the 30s. So there was really no sense in buying one. There's really no way to make that look better. I think that always probably would have looked like that. But yeah, no, these are cool. TV lamp clocks. I have not seen too many of these around. in any capacity, let alone a flip version of this. I didn't even know these existed. Well, I sort of subconsciously in the back of my brain knew, but I didn't consciously put together, you know, this whole Pennwood thing. So here we have it. If I get any other TV lamp clocks at any point in the future, whether they be flip clocks or not, I will totally show me working on them. Flip clock repair is something that I don't know if many people even do that. I know the FLIPCLOCKFANS YouTube channel kind of goes into fixing these. He actually showed off a really interesting Westclock spring-driven flip clock, and he did not show the movements. And I left a comment asking him if he'd make a new video on that, or if he had made a video at some point actually showing the mechanical movement on that, because that looked really cool. And we'll see if he gets back to me on that. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, no, anyways. Yeah, Pennwood NUMECHRON, don't know what year this is. I'm assuming 1957 or 56. Converted to LED, and it's been de-asbestos. De-asbestos. The asbestos is no more. As for that last statement about FLIPCLOCKFANS, he actually did respond to my comment in the form of a video. So thank you very much, FLIPCLOCKFANS. This was great. I really enjoyed watching you get in there. And I hope to see more of this type of content from you.